When you heard, what was your opinion of Wayne's response?
It was horrible. It was horrible. It was trash. It wasn't good.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Now the beat. How'd you feel about the track?
I didn't like that either. I didn't. Well,
I
you know
the
what?
beat was kind of chunky.
But you know what? No. But let me say this. I didn't like it for that type of record. Yeah, like it wasn't. It wasn't that. And I didn't feel like in all honesty, man, I haven't said anything about it because I didn't think it was like good enough to respond to.
What I think is where they think that you went too far.
I don't care.
I
don't care.
Oh.
There is no too far. I don't play like that. So that's why you don't play with me.
Right.
That's why you don't play with me.
Right.
There is no too far.
Right.
It's not.
It's Kendrick. I am hearing that somebody went in the studio after they heard this album.
I wonder who that would be.
I'm hearing that
Say it.
I'm hearing that somebody picked up the phone, tried to call and see what the energy was. I'm hearing that Kendrick didn't answer.
Well, he told us in his letter, I go without a phone for months anyway. Don't call my phone.
Yeah, but if I'm calling you rapper to rapper and you don't answer, it's like what Mark told Flip when they had
Yeah.
Now I'm going in the booth. You have until I get in that booth to hit me back.
I don't want to hit
If
you back.
you don't,
nigga. Go in the booth. Go in the booth.
Let's stay there for a second.
Are we talking about Wayne?
Yes. I'm hearing that Wayne went in the booth.
Love Wayne.
Kendrick Lamar just dropped a bomb with his surprise album GNX, and one track in particular, Waxed Out Murals, is setting everything on fire. In the middle of the song, Kendrick drops a line that has fans going wild. I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down. Now everybody's scrambling to figure out, was that shade? People think he's throwing shots over Wayne getting snubbed for the Super Bowl halftime show, and it's stirring up a storm. Lil Wayne didn't take it sitting down either.
When you heard, what was your opinion of Wayne's response?
It was horrible. It was horrible. It was trash. It wasn't good.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Now the beat. How'd you feel about the track?
I didn't like that either. I didn't. Well, you know what?
The beat was kind of chunky.
But you know what? No. But let me say this. I didn't like it for that type of record. Yeah, it wasn't.
Got you.
It wasn't that, and I didn't feel like in all honesty, man, I haven't said anything about it because I didn't think it was like good enough to respond.
He clapped back on X with a cryptic post that had serious warning vibes, basically telling Kendrick to tread carefully. And just like that, things started spiraling. Nicki Minaj and Birdman couldn't stay quiet. Of course not. They stepped in, pointing fingers at industry politics for the halftime mess that just lit up the internet even more. Now fans are split, some backing Kendrick's hustle, others begging Wayne to ease up before it all blows up. And guess who just stirred the pot? Even more? Push It. Yep, he stepped right into the chaos, and you already know it's about to get crazy messy how it all kicked off. Back in September, Kendrick got announced as the 2025 Super Bowl headliner in New Orleans, right in Lil Wayne's backyard. And while it was a huge win for Kendrick, Wayne felt like it was a slap to the face. He hit Instagram to say he was hurt about being overlooked.
First of all, I want to say forgive me for the delay. The delay. I want to say I had to get strength. I had to get strength enough to do this without breaking. I must say thank you. I must say thank you to every voice, every opinion, all the care, all the love, and the support out there. Your words turned into arms and they held me up when I tried to fall back. That hurt a lot. You know what I'm talking about? It hurt a whole lot. I blame myself for not being mentally prepared for a letdown. And for just automatically mentally putting myself in that position like somebody told me that was my position. So I blame myself for that, but...
Then on November 22nd, Kendrick dropped GNX and laid it all out in Waxed Out Murals. One line really hit hard. Used to bump Doc Carter 3, I held my Raleigh chain proud. Irony, I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down. Fans say it's not a disc, but still, the drama unstoppable. But this wasn't just some sneak disc. Kendrick's line felt way more personal, like a deep reflection. He's basically saying he grew up idolizing Lil Wayne and Thaw Carter 3, which was massive for hip-hop. Now that Kendrick's sitting at the top, it feels like he expected Wayne to show more love. But maybe that support just isn't there. That part about the Raleigh chain, it's Kendrick flexing his success. Yeah, but there's a bigger message underneath. He's proud of how far he's come, no doubt. But it also sounds like fame might have created space between him and his heroes. That one bar hits deep because Kendrick didn't get handed anything. He fought for his spot. But when you finally make it, not all your idols stick around like you thought they would. And don't get it twisted. Kendrick's always had mad respect for the culture. He's been giving Wayne his flowers for years. Back in 2016 on the Cove tour, Kendrick straight up called Wayne the greatest, not just for the music, but for how he shaped the whole culture. He said, Lil Wayne is the greatest, not only because of his music, but also because of the culture he put behind it. That respect was real, but clearly Wayne wasn't feeling too appreciated this time around. The moment he heard that bar, he jumped on X and let it all out. It was 4 a.m. on November 23rd when he dropped a post that had fans' jaws on the floor. He wrote, "Man would say, if I do, I just be chilling, and they still come for my head. Let's not take kindness for weakness. Let this giant sleep. I beg you all. No one really wants destruction, not even me. But I shall destroy if disturbed on me. Love-oo!" That post was fire, and fans were quick to sound off. Some even warned Wayne to chill before stepping to Kendrick, especially after how Cott went all in on Drake earlier this year. One fan on X didn't hold back at all. With all due respect, Wayne's a legend in a lot of ways. But let's be real. Beef. Battles haven't exactly been his strongest arena. Yeah, he's had a few slick lines over the years, but when it comes to war in the booth, Kendrick's built for this. One fan didn't hold back, saying, Kendrick addressed the Super Bowl snub. Just, let it end there. Legend Kendrick is in crash mode. Another fan chimed in with, you cried over a halftime show that was never promised to you just because you felt entitled to it like a little ouch. And yet another post read, bye. Why you acting like you didn't make a whole video crying about the Super Bowl? Plus, Kendrick didn't even diss you. People online weren't pulling punches. Still, Wayne's got loyal fans holding him down, urging him to rise above the drama. One supporter wrote, ignore him, my idol. You are bigger than him. But despite the advice, it looks like Wayne's not backing off anytime soon. Joe Budden spilled some juicy behind-the-scenes info on his podcast. He claimed that after GNX dropped, Wayne reached out to Kendrick privately, and Kendrick ghosted him. Yep. No reply, no explanation, just silence. Joe said Wayne was so heated he jumped straight into the studio, hinting that a diss track might be right around the corner.
Kendrick, I am hearing that somebody went in the studio after they heard this album.
I wonder who that would be.
I'm hearing that
Say it.
I'm hearing that somebody picked up the phone, tried to call and see what the energy was. I'm hearing that Kendrick didn't answer.
Well, he told us in his letter, I go without a phone for months anyway. Don't call my phone.
Yeah, but if I'm calling you rapper to rapper and you don't answer, it's like what Mark told Flip when they had Now I'm going in the booth. You have until I get in that booth
to
hit me back.
I don't want to hit you back. Nigga. Go in the booth. Go in the booth.
Let's stay there for a second.
Are we talking about Wayne?
Yes. I'm hearing that Wayne went in the booth.
Love Wayne.
Somebody.
All right, hold on.
With her feelings?
And here's the twist. Button also hinted that Drake tried a similar move earlier this year, tried to patch things up with Kendrick. And yeah, that didn't go well either. We all know how that ended for Drizzy, and it was ugly. So, let's rewind a bit. And look at how Kendrick dismantled Drake after years of back-and-forth tension, Drake versus Kendrick. This feud's been simmering for a decade. They started off as cool collaborators, giving us tracks like Buried Alive Interlude in 2011 and Poetic Justice in 2012. But that piece didn't last long. In 2013, Kendrick lit the match with that explosive verse on Big Sean's Control, calling out every rapper, including Drake, to step it up. That's when things really kicked off. Drake tried to keep it chill in interviews, but fans weren't fooled. Those subtle jabs in his music, people picked up on them real quick. Then March 2024 hit, and Kendrick came swinging with Like That, and everyone knew it was aimed right at Drizzy. Of course, Drake wasn't going to take that lying down. He clapped, back with a few shots of his own push-ups, tailor-made freestyle, and the plot twist. But here's where it got wild. Tailor-Made featured AI-generated Tupac vocals, and that blew up fast. The Tupac estate was furious, and the track got snatched off streaming platforms in no time. But Kendrick wasn't done cooking. He clapped back, with Euphoria and 616 in L.A., and both were brutal. On 616, Kendrick tore Drake apart for everything, using the N-word, his fashion sense, and even questioning his status in hip-hop. 6 minutes of straight-up lyrical destruction. But Drizzy wasn't backing down either. He returned fire with Family Matters, and it was personal. He accused Kendrick of having domestic drama, even throwing shade at Kendrick's fiancée, Whitney Alfred, with allegations of infidelity. That one hit low. And Kendrick, he snapped. He dropped Meet the Grams, accusing Drake of hiding a secret kid and having some sketchy ties in the background. Then came the real nuke, Not Like Us, where Kendrick accused Drizzy of even more shady behavior. That track had the internet on fire. Drake tried to clear his name with the heart part sick, laying out his side, but the response didn't land how he hoped. Fans were split. Some thought Drake kept it classy, but a lot of people felt like it came off weak compared to Kendrick's hits. The tension just kept growing, and by this point, the whole rap world was glued to the beef. But if we're talking wins, Kendrick's got the scoreboard lit. Not Like Us debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, marking his 4th chart topper ever and his first solo #1 since Humble. Meanwhile, Euphoria climbed 8 spots, peaking at #3. Kendrick's not just clapping back, he's running the charts while doing it. Kendrick was on fire. And just to twist the knife a little deeper, he hit the stage at the Pop-Out concert in Englewood, California, dropping live performances of his Drake disc tracks Like That and Euphoria. Oh, and get this, he even flipped a lyric about that 2-piece ring Drake wears. Yep, that ring. Total petty move, and fans ate it up. But the real mic drop, Kendrick performed Not Like Us 5 times in a row. He wasn't just performing. He was dancing on Drizzy's grave, doing a whole victory lap right in front of a packed crowd. It was pure domination. And Drake, yeah, he wasn't about to let that slide. Word on the street is he went full legal mode, filing a lawsuit against Universal Music Group, claiming Kendrick's song was straight-up defamation. Drake accused UMG of pushing a track that painted him as something really serious and totally false. On top of that, he claimed UMG was giving Kendrick an unfair boost on Spotify and even dragged iHeartRadio into it, saying there was a shady pay-to-play deal behind the scenes. Meanwhile, Kendrick unbothered and stacking wins. He's already locked in as the Super Bowl halftime show headliner, one of the biggest stages in the world. But not everyone's thrilled about it. A lot of fans are mad Lil Wayne got snubbed, especially since the Super Bowl's heading to New Orleans next year, Wayne's hometown, and the loudest voices protesting Drake Birdman and Nicki Minaj. Nicki didn't hold back. She blasted Jay-Z, who co-produces the halftime show on X for picking Kendrick over Wayne. She snapped, saying, "Denying a young black man what he rightfully put into this game for no other reason but your ego, your hatred for Birdman, Drake, and me. You punishing Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, the GOAT." And she wasn't the only one stirring it up. Cameron jumped in too, hinting that this whole snub might be part of the long-gunning Cold War between Jay-Z and Lil Wayne. Let's not forget Wayne changed the game when he signed Drake to Young Money back in 2009. That move made history.
You don't get Lil Wayne? That's what we doing?
Yeah.
Listen, you don't get Lil Wayne in New Orleans for the
Hot
Super
Boys.
Bowl? Not just Hot Boys, Cash Money, all the songs Lil Wayne's done, whether it's Blink 182, there's no reason why Lil Wayne should not be performing the Super Bowl. It's one person who's stopping this. I know, it's not really a secret. Lil Wayne had a problem with somebody before who's kind of part of the organization running it. This is payback. Who's that? Who's Lil Wayne artist? Drake.
Yeah,
this is
this age is crazy.
It's crazy,
Yeah.
bro. It's ridiculous. Like Mike, there's some hip hop that you probably don't know what's going on. To be totally honest with you, so we'll school you behind the scenes. Lil Wayne not to be performing in New Orleans for the Super Bowl is egregious, and it gotta stop.
I can do that.
And now that same history is adding fuel to this new fire. Kendrick definitely heard all the noise, and he didn't stay quiet about it on GNX. On the album, he called out the music industry for showing him fake love after his Super Bowl announcement, but he also made sure to shout out the real ones. And top of that list, Nas gave Kendrick his flowers on Instagram, posting, "Always inspired by my brother K. keeping the essence of this SHT alive and at the forefront. Salute. That's real respect." And Kendrick made it clear he appreciated that kind of genuine support. But Kendrick wasn't only showing love, he tossed some sneaky shade too. He took aim at Snoop Dogg for reposting that wild AI-generated Drake disc. Kendrick joked in the album that he hoped it was just the edibles talking. Snoop, being Snoop, owned it like a boss and replied on X, "Oh, yep, it was the edibles. Classic Snoop move." And Nas isn't the only one standing behind Kendrick. Pusha has had his back, too. And let's keep it real, that might have everything to do with Pusha's long-running beef with Lil Wayne. Yep, Pusha Turs. Lil Wayne is one of the longest cold beefs in rap, stretching over 20 years. And the wildest part, Wayne claims he doesn't even remember how it started. But don't worry, I got you with a quick T recap. So, back in the early 2000s, Pusha T was still part of Clips with his brother No Malice. In 2002, Lil Wayne and Birdman hopped on the remix for Clips' hit Grinding, and the duo returned the favor by featuring on Birdman's track What Happened to That Boy. Both tracks were fire, and both were produced by the Neptunes, Pharrell Williams, and Chad Hugo. Now here's where the drama really kicked off. According to Ebro Darden's 2018 Hot 97 breakdown, the Neptunes never got paid for those tracks. Yep, Birdman's rep for not paying up was already a thing. After that mess, Pharrell cut ties with Cash Money for good. Later on, Wayne hit up Pharrell asking for some Billionaire Boys Club drip, and Pharrell hit him with a solid no. But Wayne still showed up in BBC gear anyway in his Hustler music video. And even on a 2006 Vibe cover rocking Bape, Pharrell's signature look, that right there, that's what sparked a whole new layer of beef.
Anyway, there was a non-payment at this point. And if you look back, Pharrell never worked with a Cash Money artist after this moment.
There's never been a Drake-Pharrell collab in any way, huh?
I couldn't find one unless I missed one.
And the Clips was on this too.
So. The Clips was on this too.
Yeah.
So Push is here, obviously. And so then you fast forward to Lil Wayne co-opting the skateboard stylings, right? Wearing Bape after this moment.
Right.
Wearing Billionaire Boys Club, which is Pharrell's clothing line after this moment. And I'm told behind the scenes, Lil Wayne used to ask for Billionaire Boys Club gear and was told no. And went and wore it in a video anyway, and they was like, yo, we told you basically not to wear our stuff, and it was like an issue.
So Clips wasn't about to let that slide. They dropped Mr. Me Too with Pharrell throwing slick shots at people copying their style. Fans instantly clocked it as a not-so-subtle jab at Lil Wayne, who had just been rocking Pharrell's signature Bape fits, without the blessing. "Wayne, oh!" he clapped right back. In a complex interview, he boldly claimed he was the one who made Bape hot, not Pharrell. That definitely stirred the pot. Things cooled off for a little while, but then, in 2012, Pusha came, swinging hard with Exodus 23:1. This time, he didn't hold back at all. He came straight for Wayne and the Cash Money Empire with the now legendary line, "You signed to one N that signed to another N. That's signed to 3N. As now, that's bad luck." Phew, that one burned. Wayne wasn't about to stay quiet. He jumped on Twitter and fired off Pusha T and everybody that love him. And if that wasn't enough, he dropped the diss track Ghoulish, where he went extra hard rapping lines like his head up his, Emma have to headbutt him. Yikes. But Pusha unbothered. He hit up Hot 97 and trashed Wayne's disc, straight up calling it horrible and trash.
You heard, what was your opinion of Wayne's response?
It was horrible. It was horrible. It was trash. It wasn't great. Yeah, it wasn't good.
Now the beat, how'd you feel about the track?
I didn't like that either. I didn't. Well, you know what?
The beat was kind of chunky.
But you know what? But no. But let me say this: I didn't like it for that type of record. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't that, and I didn't feel like in all honesty, man, I haven't said anything about it because I didn't think it was good enough to respond to. I didn't.
The beef simmered down again for a bit until Kendrick reignited it all with his recent drama. And now Pusha T is riding hard for K. Dot. At a recent Revolt World panel in Atlanta, Pusha gave Kendrick his flowers, praising him for keeping real, lyricism alive in a game full of watered-down music. When asked about Kendrick's influence on hip-hop, he didn't hold back. He hyped up his nostalgia collaborator and even gave props to Kendrick locking in the Super Bowl halftime show, a stage, reserved for elite artists only.
That you've done, Nostalgia, featuring Kendrick Lamar. If I had to put two people that are closely related, I think about you and him just in terms of high-level lyricism, storytelling, authenticity, community-based, family-based. So when you see somebody like him who's in a similar vein, come from developing to now heading the Super Bowl, what do you view his branding and his impact on the game?
Man, it's amazing. You got to think. I'm sure people have said and have told him his whole career, oh my God, you rap good, you're great, but you rap too much. You need to make a song like this. You need to do that. It's amazing to watch him be exactly who he is, be the lyric king. And people who never even listen to lyrics are reciting his freestyles, his battles, his songs. It's great to watch. And it's great for what it is that we do in lyric-driven hip-hop. It's great.
While folks like Nicki Minaj, Birdman, and Cameron are fuming over Lil Wayne getting snubbed for the halftime gig, Push T isn't losing sleep over it. In fact, he's proudly riding with Kendrick. And that loyalty makes a lot of sense when you remember. They got mutual rivals. Yep, we're talking Drake and Lil Wayne. Pusha T made it loud and clear whose side he's on when he reposted a clip of Kendrick throwing slick shade at Drake saying, there's only one opportunity to win a championship. No round twos. Sound familiar? That hit like a flashback to Pusha's own legendary 2018 takedown of Drizzy with the story of Adon. That track ended the beef with a mic drop, and Pusha still feels like the undefeated champ. He even spilled a little tea about how that disc still haunts Drake, saying, "Every time I hear a subliminal in one of his songs, it just lets me know how deep it hurt him. It's been 4 years now and we still talking about it. I'm cool. But every time it's a subliminal, I'm like, yes, it burns. It still burns. It lets me know I love it. Man, that's cold." And let's not forget, Kendrick threw his own shout out to Pusha T in Euphoria, saying, "Call that Pushin' P. Let me see you, Pusha T." That bar was more than just a nod. It was a salute to another battle rap warrior, and Pusha was Allen. He praised Kendrick's disc as an incredible display of battle rap, straight up legendary. Pusha even admitted he doesn't believe in too far. If someone steps to him, it's no rules. He's going savage mode, and he's leaving no survivors.
Is where they think that you went too far.
I don't care.
I
don't care.
Oh.
There is no too far. I don't play like that. So that's why you don't play with me.
Right.
That's why you don't play with me.
And Kendrick, he's built the exact same way. So if Lil Wayne actually makes good on his threat to destroy Kendrick, this won't be just some playful disc exchange. It's going to turn into a lyrical bloodbath. The way both these dudes go at it, there's no telling who's walking out standing and who's getting buried in bars. But just when you thought the drama had peaked, nah, this saga is still heating up. Word is Kendrick's not just gearing up for the Super Bowl, he's reportedly lining up a visual album, roll out to go along with GNX. And insiders are saying it's going to dive deeper into the stories behind the disses, name dropping, symbolism, and maybe even real-life footage. If that's true, he's about to make history and stir the pot even more. Meanwhile, Drake's been laying low, only dropping cryptic Instagram stories and unfollowing half the industry. Some say he's plotting in silence. Others say he's retreating. Either way, the internet's buzzing with theories that he might pull another scary hour surprise and try to reclaim the narrative before the year ends. And Lil Wayne, he's been spotted in the studio with some of his day ones, including Manny Fresh and even rumors of a session with J. Cole. People are guessing he's cooking up a full-on project that could include his response to Kendrick. But at this point, fans are torn. Some want Wayne to let it go. Others are begging for a real battle. One post even said, if Wayne's coming for K. Dot, he better come correct. This ain't 2008 anymore. Nicki Minaj has been surprisingly quiet lately after going off earlier, but don't count her out, especially with her new album rollout happening. She's been liking shady posts and low-key fueling the fire without even speaking. And Birdman, he posted a photo on IG of his hand holding a chess piece with the caption, "Play the board, not the player." Real cryptic, but fans think it's a warning shot aimed at Jay-Z and Kendrick's camp. So now the stage is set. Kendrick's at the top, Drake's licking his wounds, Wayne's loading up, and Pusha T is watching it all unfold with popcorn in hand. Everyone's playing for legacy at this point, and this battle, it's way bigger than music now. It's about who really runs the game in 2025. But what do you think? Can Lil Wayne really go bar for bar with Kendrick in 2025? Or is this battle already sealed? Is there still room for redemption? Or is K. Dot too far ahead? Drop your take in the comments. Don't hold back. And yo, if you've been living for all this chaos, just wait. The next video is about to be even wilder. We've got more behind-the-scenes tea, more industry power plays, and way more celebrity drama on deck. You're not going to want to miss it. So, do yourself a favor, like subscribe and smash that notification bell so you stay locked in. We're diving deeper into the biggest feuds, the wildest clapbacks, and the kind of scandal you can't make up. And hey, don't go anywhere. Click on the next video you see right here on the screen. That one. Oh, it's packed with even more celebrity, chaos, untold secrets, and straight-up drama you won't believe. We're just getting started. See you in the next.